The Creator wants to provide for you. And I don't know if enough people believe this or feel this in their body. And so they spend their life hustling or trying to prove that they're worthy, or thinking that there's a strategy or a belief or an external achievement that is going to bring in the provision. Or they put their boss or their job or their degree on the pedestal, thinking that that is what is going to bring in the money. And it is God. God is the vessel. God is the place of provision, and you are just the channel. You are here as a fractal of Source, and of course you are going to be supported. That doesn't always mean it's going to come in the way your ego wants, and that doesn't always mean it's going to be flashy or that you'll always have insane amounts of wealth. It's not based on the 3D programming that has been pushed upon us. So there are times in my life where I've set an intention, like years ago, I had a belief, or I was trying so hard to manifest that I'd have $1 million by a certain age. And I had this, but it was an ego desire. My heart and soul, my essence, I could care less about having $1 million as long as I am showing up, doing what I love each day, surrounded by relationships and people that matter to me, and being of service, being able to give back, to travel, to, again, do what I love. So the $1 million wasn't actually a soul desire. That's an ego desire. That's a programmed desire. It's a distortion. But what I did, in fact, have, while I was holding this desire and trying so hard to manifest $1 million, God always provided for me. I always had more than enough, and that included the times where I stretched my comfort zone, or I booked a trip even though I didn't have the money in the bank yet, or I invested in myself before I had proof of the return of investment. I took action and made choices towards the life that I desired, and the things that would make me happy, and the things that were most aligned to my purpose or my soul's path. And God always showed up and brought the finances. So this is not a conceptual thing. It's not enough to just believe in the mental plane that God provides and money will come and I'm abundant. I want you to feel it in your body. It's something that gets anchored into every cell of your being, so that you're moving through your life each day and your nervous system actually feels safe. Your nervous system feels supported, and you feel like, okay, I'm good. I can make this decision. I can buy this thing. I can invest in that. I can move over here or do this or do that, and trust that money is moving with me, that God is moving with me, that the provision comes from the Most High. And as long as I'm continuing to do my best to be a good person and to stay in alignment and be true and authentic to myself, it will be supported. It will be provided. So I spent years not knowing where or how money was going to come in when I first started my online coaching business. I had my offer. I was so passionate about the ways I could help women. I was so excited to share the things that had transformed my life and to start putting it out there online and reaching those who needed me. But I didn't ever have faith in my strategy, even though I changed strategies and tried literally everything. And even though I invested probably multiple 6 figures into different strategies over the years, I put so much into trying to find the strategy, but there was never one strategy that supported me to bring the money in. And I think it's really important to reflect on, because that's similar to a job. I've had clients who worked a certain job for years, and so they have this codependency on that job being their income. And it's like this position is what brings in the money, or this boss is who I have to make sure I please and meet the standards in order to have enough money to survive. These are all survival templates from the kind of distorted planet and the inversion that we live on today. But we're moving into and transitioning into a new paradigm where it's about energy, it's about frequency, it's not about hustle, sacrifice, or force, and it's definitely not about dishonoring and abandoning yourself in exchange for money. That came from a survival template, and that came from a massive inversion that kept us putting money on a pedestal when we should have been putting God on the pedestal. So when you start embodying this and you start trusting that your provision flows through you from the Most High, from the Creator who created you, and of course loves you and wants to support you and wants you to experience all the things in the world, you are now realigning or tuning your frequency to something different. There's a massive shift that takes place when you stop going, I am hustling, or I have to show up in this job at the expense of my health or my mental health or my well-being or my true passions and gifts, just to get a paycheck, just to pay the bills. And I am essentially enslaved in this system to have money coming in. That is a massive shift to the beliefs and the feeling in your body and the frequency when you shift to, I'm a divine child of God and I am always provided for by the Most High. And I want to start opening myself up to the different ways abundance can come in. And maybe I don't see it right now, but I'm open to the fact that there could be a better way. There could be something that feels more aligned or more true to me. I'm telling you, every single month when I was in the position of my new business and I didn't know how I was going to pay bills each month or pay team members or pay rent or travel expenses, I never actually knew how it was going to happen, but I trusted that the divine was supporting me in this path and that I was worthy of doing work that I love and being compensated for something I enjoy and that comes natural to me. And I continuously practiced, which was a conscious practice. It took me time and it did take effort to reprogram this new normal into my mind and my body and my system. But I was consciously practicing, I want to believe something different. I'm not going to go back to the job I worked where I was crying to and from my shift every day and I felt like it was soul-sucking and I had no purpose and it was a dead end and I was just doing it to get by and to follow the rules of society. I didn't believe that I came to this planet to do that every single day for the rest of my life. So I continued to normalize and strengthen the new belief that I am worthy of feeling good and I'm worthy of doing things that I love and using my natural passions and gifts or my pain and all my healing to then support others. And the more I practiced that and the more I trained myself to trust that money came through unexpected ways from the divine, the more proof I saw of that showing up. There were months where I had the most random rebates that helped cover all my bills. Suddenly a new client would come in a few days before my rent was due. And I'm not saying that that was ideal, because living in that kind of last minute mode was also taxing on my nervous system. It wasn't always the most peaceful. There were definitely times where that stressed me out, but I'm sharing that as the point that God always provides. I've had unexpected gifts from family members or loved ones and things that came out of thin air that I would have never expected or planned for. And also other times where it was opportunities that then brought in the income or covered my rent or allowed me to continue sustaining and moving forward and following my path. But there is an illusion on this planet that we have to prove our worthiness in order to be provided for, and that could not be further from the truth. I was just sitting outside drinking my tea, basking in some sunshine today, and a bunch of birds flew by, and they're so cute, and I just love being in nature and observing nature. And as I watched them, this all just dropped in about how we are the only species on Earth that thinks we have to work to be provided for. We have this weird egoic thing that our work and our effort and our hustle and our sacrifice is what proves us worthy of provision. Every other creature on the planet has its resources, and it's created and placed in the perfect place on the planet that has an abundance of said resources. Whether it's food and water, whether it's the certain things that it gets from the environment in order to sustain itself. Nature does this naturally, and that's because everything has been created by a divine design. It's only the programming that has been placed upon humanity for centuries, and I'll say even possibly thousands of years, that has taught us to think that we will not be provided for in our earthly time. We think that we were born on this planet to go to school every day and then get a job and then work every day until we're old enough to retire and maybe have enough money in the bank to do XYZ. We're taught from such a young age to place our wealth and our ability to bring in wealth on external factors like the economy, like our job or our boss, like our education or our effort level. It's all conditional. And something that has been so important in my own journey of reprogramming and something that I teach within my programs is always about reconnecting to the fact that we have an unconditionally loving creator, that we were placed here for a reason and a divine assignment, and it's not about the hustle or the proving ourselves, because we're created perfectly as we are before all these distortions got placed upon us. When you desire to receive with ease, and you set the new standard for yourself that money comes into you and your life through alignment or ease or flow or things that bring you joy or unexpected ways, you open yourself up to the abundance that literally wants to come into your life. But if you don't believe that, or you don't open yourself up to those possibilities, you're like a closed channel. It's like the faucet and it's turned off. And there's all this water that wants to come through and bless your life or fill your cup. But you're saying, no, it only opens when I work really hard. This channel and this abundance only flows in when I prove that I'm deserving of it. And so you keep the faucet turned off. And meanwhile, it's like, bro, I want to flow through you. I want to bless your life. I want to allow you to do so many amazing things, to create and share and express and expand and evolve and live out all the things your soul came here to do. So this is your reminder, your invitation, your remembrance to rewrite what you believe about wealth and come back home, create a new relationship to money and to the Creator, and ask to be guided, ask to be shown that it can be easier and that you are supported. Ask for proof, literally pray for proof that abundance can come in different ways, or that abundance blesses you. You will train your brain to see proof of abundance. You will open your energetic field to attract it in. You will start feeling safer in your body to believe that is possible. But it's up to you to start rewriting a new standard around it and how it works for you. I have an amazing free quantum healing hypnosis and money training. It's all about this. It takes you through your entire childhood, upbringing, teenage years, adulthood, and helps you rewire your beliefs and your relationship towards money. It allows you to shift the timelines and the energetic signature that you're holding, so that you realize it's not about you as a person, and it's not about these 3D stories or the 3D kind of programming. It's about you as your soul, you as this energetic being, as the vessel that it comes in and goes out and moves in and goes out and always provides for. That is going to be linked down below. And this is also obviously something I work on with clients as well. So if you're looking for more assistance, I have 2 amazing money courses depending where you're at in your journey and what stages we're working on. If we're starting with basic belief shifting and awareness and mindfulness around your money stories, or if we're going deep into the hypnosis, the subconscious reprogramming, and you're scaling beyond and going into even deeper levels. But you can reach out and send me a message if you're looking for support with this. Otherwise, check out that freebie, start there, and start creating the safety in your body. Start normalizing that your worth is inherent, and therefore your abundance and your wealth is inherent. It's not separate from you. It's all part of you being a fractal of source, and money is just a construct. But the abundance, the ability to be provided for, to be supported in creating all these things, that is also a fractal of source. So we get to merge with it, we get to become one, and we get to see that it comes from the divine creator first and can flow into our lives in a million different ways when we allow it to. Start there, go get your abundance, and I will be back again soon.